Good morning, pregame crew. This is Chargal Lori. It is Monday, July 25th, 2022, 8:21 a.m. Eastern, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time. You're at the pregame show. If you're tuning in later in the day, you may want to fast forward till this says 6:30 down here in the far right corner. That's where I'll get started with the meat and potatoes of the show, the indices, commodities, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. Between now and then, I'm going to say hello to my friends, do a little housekeeping, do a few chart requests, and get this morning and this Monday started off right. Good morning, Night Truck. Oh, is it working? Are we working? AV, good, perfect. All right, because on the shows no viewers. That's weird, Jason. No concurrent viewers, odd. Okay, good morning, Night Truck, Andre, Ed, Jonathan, we miss you. Hey, Topher, LaPura, Jason, Willow, Rob, Keith, Matthew, Mal, my friend Bennett, my friend Hayden, and Lori, Matt, Basque, Mary, Andre, Lewis, Puciano, Rob, Chris, Lisa, Nursen, Derek, Craig, Marco, Andre, Chris, thank you. Perfect. Awesome. Then I just want to even just look at whatever this YouTube thingy is saying that I have nobody on, because I see people on. Hey, Jessica, I'm feeling better. I'm not completely out of the woods, but that's what happens when you have a little asthma. Good morning, Eli, Ricky, Delta, Xavier, KD, Eric. I'm glad to see you. Let me go back to Jonathan's request. So Jonathan wants me to look at GMT. I'll do the Coinbase version unless you need something else. EQ. 4-hour inside bar. Oh, this is really choppy, Jonathan. Pretty choppy. Let me look at it on the weekly. This just looks like a bear flag. This is probably a perfect 2-week bear flag. Yeah, let me look at it on another platform because that doesn't have as much. Yeah, that has a little more data. Okay, so we are not in Black Dirt Breakdown down here, but this is a perfect 2-week bear flag, okay? That's the largest time frame I can give you view. We are EQing out. We are going sideways. It is holding up a little bit more at the moment compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, which are down. They're red today, and this one is at least green. But a 4-hour lower high is anticipated compared to 0.999. You have support at 0.92344. 4-hour inside bar. I think I said that already. You have enough room for an hourly high or low. You have enough room for hourly high or low. I would keep it simple, Jonathan, and say as long as these hourly EMAs are below you, you could stay in long, and when that's lost, I would jump out. Hey, how are you, Andrew? Scoops, you're here. I can get started. Hey, Katie. Thanks. Neo, you and your Neo. Let me go back and make sure I didn't skip any request. Good morning. It's going to be a crazy week. Buckle up, Buttercup. Okay. Neo. Yeah, that doesn't have a good look, does it? We are sitting on the daily 50 MA at 1898. We're right below it. That's going to be a key level that bulls are going to want to see hold, that daily 50 MA. You have plenty of room for a weekly high or low compared to 1584. So recognize that. Yes, it's a potential 4-hour bear, probably 2-hour. I keep going to 2-hour this morning on so many charts. It's just giving me a lot more clarity. So just a heads up, if hourly and 4-hour, if they're not giving you the clarity, 2-hour may work. So your next support is 1847 and 1818. And look at that 2-hour RSI, how they're keeping it cooled off. What's it doing on the hourly? Yeah, we're not even oversold on the hourly. So we dropped 7% Friday. We're down 1% this morning and still not oversold. So this is some controlled selling. Yeah, I can. EWTUSDT. Okay. Wiki, does it? Oh yeah, it doesn't have a good volume. I can tell immediately when I open these charts with these long wicks to the upside and downside that we have a liquidity issue. Only 61,000 on KuCoin. Let's see if it's on anything, if this is traded with higher volume anywhere else. No, not really. Okay, I'll give you the analysis, but just acknowledging that this is super terrible liquidity, and this is a name I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Daily lower high anticipated compared to 2749. Your support 232 and 210.5. On the 4-hour, a lower high is anticipated at 2656. And on the hourly, again, I feel like I'm giving you terrible analysis because this is not readable for me. 60,000 volume. That's $120,000. 150? 125,000, whatever. Not a lot of dollars. From Minnesota, hey DW and Scoops. Hey Rick. It acquired well, normally the acquiring company, Matthew, they get dinged because they're having to do capital outlay for that acquisition. So just know that 284 is your key support. You've been watching this one for a while. We've been watching it together. And I really enjoyed this pattern last week. I looked for that to break bullish. It can never get over 345. And then we're down on acquisition news this morning. Slightly green, but I would expect potential downside. So be careful. You're welcome, Jonathan. It is, Xavier, this is why it's on people's watch list. Let's look at it. I'll show you. ATR. On the daily, $1.47. So that is 10%, a little less than 10% of move of the price. That is huge. It's the average true range. So I'm going to open this up so you can see it. Average true range based on the last 14 days. The last 14 days, this thing was moving as much as $1.70 a day. It's a little less than 10% of average true range. That is some really wide swings. So any name, look at this volume, 55 million. You got nice volume and you got great volatility. So that's why people keep it on their list. Suhel, I can, but I do not chart leverage ETF. So let me look at SMH for you. Semiconductors, SOXL, 3 times ETF or ETN, I believe, of SMH bullish. So I actually have SMH on my list today to go over. I'm looking bearish on the semis. They pulled back way more than the other tech names. So I'm looking for 2-hour lower highs on those. You're welcome. Baba for Bobo, and then we'll get started. Bobo, do you like Baba just because it's so close to your name? I'm kidding. That looks like a potential 4-hour bear flag. That is not a good look. Actually, I'm going to add this to the Queen of the Mountain trades. That's a great short. 4-hour bear flag. Let's give you a level to top fish. 101.80 is your pre-market level. I would look to short 101.80, 102. RO. So this person is saying that I'm wrong, which is hilarious. Just so y'all know, trading is not 100% accuracy technical analysis. What I give you is the higher probability of things happening. That's what I do here. Actually, let's get started with what I do here. Good morning and welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. If you could give me a follow at Chart Gal Lori, that would be great. And what I do here is I hang out with my friends and we go over commodities, crypto, indices, and movers and shakers of the day. And then I have my notes. And I don't read these notes to you because we're all grown-ups. Y'all don't need me to read it to you, but it just keeps me organized. I'm going to add Baba down here. I don't want to forget. What did I say? 101.80. Top fish. 102 area. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Thanks, Bobo, for that one, by the way. So what's going on with ES this morning? Odds favor a lower high. Like I said, the 2-hour is giving me a lot more clarity than the 1-hour. 4 hours good as well. So 4-hour and 2-hour, I'm looking for lower highs on ES, all right? And we are over the hourly 50 MA on ES. This could be an hourly bull flag, so I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm still looking for lower highs on that 4-hour time frame up here. I'm looking for a lower high compared to Friday's high, 401.625. Okay, but we have plenty of room for hourly higher lows, so we could just continue this little march up. Here's the look that doesn't, I know, isn't that funny? Hourly 50 MA is overhead on NASDAQ. That is a glimmer of hope for bears this morning, okay? Glimmer of hope for bears is NASDAQ is weaker than the other three. That's what the bears need to see some follow through with downside action is NASDAQ to stay weak, all right? We're opening up inside Friday's range. If you look at the daily chart on ES, on NASDAQ, RTY, and YM, we are inside Friday's range right now. So no harm, no foul. We're slightly green on YM and we're turned green on everything. Okay. Potential hourly bull flag on YM. It's definitely the strongest, closest to its resistance. These bulls could make a 4-hour higher high. Here, it's a lower high is not guaranteed on YM. Okay. A lower high is not guaranteed on YM for the bears. But because NASDAQ is so weak, even if YM got a bull break, odds that it would have follow through are very low. So back to NASDAQ, this is very key for us today. This hourly 50 MA overhead, a 4-hour lower high is almost guaranteed here. Get my rectangle. Compared to 1269850, support 1238750. RTY, we're running into the hourly 50 MA. It is weak along with NASDAQ, and you have resistance at 1821, support 1803 and 1802. So IWM and the NASDAQ carried us last week. The odds that they carry us this week are shifted because we have earnings. We have Microsoft, Google, Apple, Amazon earnings this week. We have FOMC Wednesday. We have GDP numbers Thursday. We have jobless claims Thursday. And a partridge in a pear tree. We've got it all going on. So I'm expecting increased volatility this week. Just be careful. You get to choose when you trade. You don't have to trade all of this mishigas. You don't. Unless you're a professional institutional prop trader where you have to trade every day, it's okay to sit these out. And even more importantly, if you want to trade them, paper trade them. They're so much fun to paper trade. I love paper trading these big reactions. I had to do that for years because I had lost money doing it for real. And it's like, okay, I've got to figure this stuff out on paper before I keep throwing real money away. All right. So 32193 is your resistance on YM, support 31782. So this tells me that banks are stronger than other sectors. So watch those banks today. And the industrials, they could try to pull us out of this 4-hour lower high scenario. VIX has plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. So you notice I'm saying on indices, this is what I'm saying, lower highs. And then on VIX, I'm saying higher lows. It's that perfect inverse relationship that we're looking at for clues. We have a 4-hour double top right now in the VIX at 2457, 2467, and we have support at 2241. So we're holding the hourly 50 MA. You see that? Opposite of NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we can't get over it. And VIX hasn't lost it. VIX is stronger. VIX is green this morning. We're at 3.65%. And I'm expecting more volatility this week, of course, with all the events. I guess that's not rocket science, but keep that in mind. Hang Seng closed red. DAX is slightly green. It is very, very... It's negligible. It's not giving me any signs. Bitcoin, we're looking for 4-hour lower highs compared to 23,036, potential 4-hour bear flag. So let's go get some notes going, okay? Glimmer of hope for bears. Hourly 50 MA overhead on NQ and RTY. VIX, enough room for 4-hour higher low. Indices, 4-hour lower high, most likely. And then Bitcoin giving us clues with this 4-hour downtrend, potential bear flag. So those are my key notes for the day of how I'm looking. It doesn't mean it's going to play out exactly like this. This is just where the probabilities are aligned via technical analysis. Okay, Bitcoin, potential 4-hour bear flag. Ethereum is holding up much better. We are not in a downtrend on Ethereum, yet this could still be a bear flag. You see that? So we're not in a downtrend. Here's our low, 14, well, lower low, higher high, higher low. Now we're looking for a lower high compared to 1664.41. And your key support, 1500, and then 1487.14. Gold. I'll try to get, I'm going to just write it down so I remember. ISRG and SNXUSDT owned by. Okay, I'll see if I can go over those. Come on, my computer's frozen a little bit. Come on. There it goes. Okay, so gold. Gold, we had the trade of the week last week in TCG Commodities channel. I posted I was going long here at 4 a.m. At 1681, I went long. And I posted my trade entry and then my exits. I'm completely out now. It wicked me out right here. My last stop on my last scale was 1720. And I got wicked out. So if you follow me on that trade, I hope you got some green on that. We have support at 1717 and resistance 1738. So this is beautiful. The bounce was wonderful off monthly support. So if you give me a monthly support, my conviction is going to go 8 out of 10. And at the time, dollar was at a precarious situation technically. So it gave me more confidence in this gold long. And y'all know I've been trolling gold bulls for a month, an absolute month. But my conviction level goes way up when it's a high time frame support. Monthly, 1677, we stopped at 1678. Does it get any prettier than that? No, it doesn't. But I'm not going to get super bullish on gold up here. Now we are making enough room for a potential daily higher low. And maybe this week's catalyst of earnings and FOMC are what the gold bulls have been waiting for. And they can get that daily higher low and get to trucking. Right now we have a 4-hour uptrend. We have a 4-hour inside bar, resistance 1734, support 1722. Let me see. I didn't put that number in my brain. 21745. So yeah, I'm not going to say we're okay. I'm not going to say that because on the weekly, this is still a bear flag formation. We're underneath the 8 EMA. The bulls have a lot of work to do. Sorry, my voice sounds a little weak. I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. We're at the daily 50 RSI. That could act as support, and we're mean reverting here to the 21 EMA on the daily. Man, but look at the 4-hour. Even if we were to go get an hourly higher high, we're still anticipating a 4-hour lower high. So yes, we need to hold 21,745. Excuse me, I'm going to mute myself. But I wouldn't say that we're out of the woods whatsoever. Okay, oil. That was a good one. Awesome. I'm glad you got a good trade. Oil is popping right here. And how funny that we're on oil. I have oil pulled up, the 5-minute chart on another screen. And we have a 4-hour downtrend. The oil bulls are trying to put in a hammer right here on the daily. The 4-hour, we're still expecting a lower high compared to 97.95. So we've gone from a lower high to a lower low. And when you V-shape into that, that becomes a higher probability short top fish setup for me against 97.95. But on the hourly, we have an uptrend. We're over the 50 MA. They're making some headway finally. NG, we're up here testing that 853 resistance. So I told y'all last week, I front ran this weekly lower high and I had a loss. I was front running the weekly lower high at the golden pocket at 815. But these bulls are insufferable. They're nonstop, insatiable, I should say. Potential 4-hour bull flag. We are over the 70% retrace. I am still anticipating a weekly lower high. There's some contract rollover and backwardation happening. I don't pretend to be an expert on those things. Joey posted some information in our commodities channel if you're interested. So just to let you know, I'm still expecting a weekly lower high. However, there's two things that I don't understand, and that makes me back away from the trade. Everybody's interested in this nat gas top fish, but I don't understand the fundamentals that are happening with Russia and how it impacts nat gas. I know it does. So there's something happening in Europe and Russia regarding that gas that I don't understand. So that's okay. Then back away from the trade setup, Lori. And the second thing is the backwardation and contango. We're flipping contracts this week on that gas, and I don't understand how it could impact price. I'm not studying it enough. So I back away from the trade. And on the 4 hour, I've seen posts of potential rising wedge. This is higher highs with follow through. We do not say rising wedges when things are getting follow through. This is a beautiful, beautiful series of higher highs and higher lows, uninterrupted, period. This is bullish follow through. So just be careful. This is floating up here on low volume. Again, we could have a 4 hour bull flag. Just be careful when there's stuff we don't completely understand that's going on fundamentally. All right. Apple, I am looking for a lower high compared to 156.28. I tell y'all every morning I go over these 4 names, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, and Tesla. They're like my Wheel of Fortune letters. I'm going to go over them every morning because I get asked about them every morning. It doesn't mean that I find it to be an ideal or more favorable setup more than others. So with Apple, if I had to take a trade, I'd wait for 156.28. I'd want to top fish up in this area around 156 and wait for a pattern change to the downside. But why go pick on the biggest bully in the room? And Apple has been unbelievable. It's stronger, it's closer to resistance than other names. So I'm not going to go pick on those bullies. Amazon is not as close to resistance and it's a little weaker. We have this, and forgive me because this is not ideal, but it looks like a potential 2 hour head and shoulders forming on Amazon. I like a top fish against Friday's high for Amazon. But again, this isn't my queen of the mountain trade. We're holding EMAs. I mean, why go pick on a bully? And I don't want to touch those options this week either because of earnings. Nvidia, you can already see that this is weaker. So what do I say here every week? Semis are the fuel behind the market engine. The market engine is technology. The fuel are the semiconductors, and we need the semiconductors to run. For bulls to run, they need the semiconductors. Well, semiconductors didn't show up to play today. The bulls didn't anyway. The bears are in charge on most of the charts. Resistance 17453. Nvidia is a queen of the mountain top fish setup. This is a favorable setup more so than others. Tesla. Oh, I know. I'm like, why did I do this? Friday, we had a pretty large range, and I wanted to do the fibs to see that we were right at the 50% retrace of Friday's range from 842 to 812. We're at the 50% retrace. What does that mean? Well, we had a 4% move total from top to bottom. It was 3.9% actually move on Friday. That's a large range for Tesla. Odds favor, we stay range bound today. We bounced in a healthy way, but odds favor being range bound. If anything, I would consider an iron condor on Tesla, but since we are in the middle of this range. So just something to consider. 1 second, I'm going to mute for a cough. Yeah, Roger, I saw that in News Channel as well, that Canada and Gazprom and all of that. I know enough to know I don't know enough to trade it fundamentally, so just back away. Okay, so Tesla, I like for a potential iron condor. We've retraced half of that range. Now, this is an interesting setup. Of course, a lot of these names I go look at once I see them over here in news. So when I look at upgrades, downgrades, so I go look, okay. And I've been telling y'all the upgrade flow has been so low. These banks, nobody's excited to upgrade anything. ATVI, they got an upgrade this morning. It made me go look at the chart, and this was a very interesting one. Look at this range. Look at this. 79.50. We've been range bound for months. We've been in the 70 range since May, June, July, so almost 3 months. So we have this key resistance 79.50. Friday, we hit 79.53, 3 cents above and stopped. Okay, then we pulled back. But with this upgrade, we have some Momo this morning. So I like this for a pullback buy. So ATVI is my long for the day. So if the market's bouncing nicely, I'm going to be looking at my long plays. If the market's pulling back, I'm going to be looking at my short plays. MARA. I get asked about this name more than any other name. people don't tweet me messages besides my friend Jessica. She sends me love notes on Twitter, but I don't get a lot of messages. But this weekend, Lori, what do you think about Mara? I want a long-term position. What do you think about Mara? Folks, 170% since July 5th. Let me show you. Look at our Super Bowl. This is our stock picking Super Bowl. And I have SOXL, 52%. But look, 124% in 1 month. MARA, Andrew's killing us all. No way, no thank you. This name is extended. Bitcoin has, and extended is a terrible word in technical analysis. Everything should be measurable and objective. However, 173% in 3 weeks, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, hey, this may not have a lot more upside. It may need to pull back a little more. So if anything, this would be a high risk, but I think this is a top fish against Friday's high, 1392. So your mid-level, let's see, 1266. 1266, I like a top fish on MARA. SMH. That's right, David. I couldn't remember if it was EA or ATVI. That's right. That's right. But is it $95 acquisition deal in place? Okay, so then it's still along here at $79. That's an arbitrage opportunity, I think. Semiconductors, same boat as NVIDIA. I'm looking for a lower high. You could look at the pre-market high, 22790 for a short. And then for a higher risk vehicle to short SMH would be using SOXS, the 3 times ETN, shorting the semiconductors. XBI is a top fish for me against 8165. Do we have another level from a 15-minute? 8215. Nope, that messed up. Errant number, sorry. 8230, 8324. I would love to short it around 8230. Baba. Eli, that means that a lot of dollars is not trading. So was it your DNA, Matthew? Was that one that had the... No, that wasn't it. What was that one earlier? Basically, I can't think of one right now. Basically, a lot of dollars aren't trading. So if you're trading a name that has $50,000 traded per day, it can be manipulated. I can buy a lot. I can short a lot. I mean, it just takes anybody, probably anybody in TCG with their size account could manipulate a name that's trading $50,000 worth a day. I don't want to have a name. I can't sell. If I'm buying a stock, I have to have interest in it. I have to have someone to sell it to. And if no one's interested in it, I know, let me think, Divi F. Yeah, this one. Fidelity's high dividend, 67,000. Now that's about $1.8 million, $37, but still it can be manipulated. So just, there was another one in the divvies that I loved that it pays out weekly. I can't think of it. But basically what I'm saying is be careful. You may not have someone to sell to and it could be easily manipulated. All right, back to the list. Bye-bye went over short. Someone asked me about ISRG. Looks like that they had earnings and they had a mixed bag. Everybody was shorting and everybody was selling. They were confused. We're sitting on the daily 50 MA. We haven't had a candle close below it yet. But I would look to top fish Friday's high, 217.49. And then SNX USDT. Hourly EQ. This looks like a diamond pattern. It's not ideal though. Yeah. Resistance 341, support 323. On a bounce, you're looking for a 4-hour low or high. I'm sorry, y'all. I still don't have the stamina that I need. Yeah, hit the like button. Let's look at gold. I didn't notice a squeeze. Did I miss it? On the daily, I don't see a squeeze. Nope. Maybe on the hourly. Yeah, that's getting a little squirrely, squirmy. Compression. Okay, VALE, and then I'll probably wrap it up if y'all don't mind. Steel's finally getting a little love, huh? 1290 resistance, pre-market high, and then the high of Friday, 1302 and 1299. We got a daily higher high. No, we didn't. We're testing a daily higher high, but we still need that higher low for trend change confirmation. This is a high risk long down here, in my opinion. It's trying to get something going. So NAS 100, when I go over NQ, that is the NAS 100. Yes, it could be a daily bull flag. Great question. UPS, and then I'm done. 189.29. Sure. When do they have earnings? FedEx beat, no, American Express beat. July 26. Tomorrow morning they have earnings. Be aware of that. So if you're trading options, they could have some super juiced premiums. So be careful. All right, that's it from me. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button. Go give me a follow at Charkow Lori. Thank you for joining me, and use stop losses.